What's going on, everybody? It's everybody's favorite Jazzy Santa. I am Mick Manhattan. Welcome to Geek Fest Live, the live show, open discussion forum where we talk about fun geek stuff going on in the world today. We're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff, but I don't know how long I'm going. I am exhausted. I just got done traveling. I saw family this weekend, narrowly avoided the plague that is out there in our life. But I enjoyed every minute of it. Got to see some very cool people. Got to see some stuff. Got to do some stuff. It was amazing. Went back to Jersey, my old stomping ground, and just had a really fun, good old time. So, I'm excited to be back, though. I am home. I'm in studio. We are talking. We are finishing it out. This might be the last Geek Fest Live of the year because, as many of you may know who watch or listen to the Scene Snobs, we take a 2-week break at Christmas. The last show of this week is going to be Real Combat, which is a very special Christmas episode where Tim and Dan, brothers who have been on the show before, go up against each other again, and they have 2 amazing picks, so come check it out. But, we can get into all that. We're going to talk about some fun stuff tonight. Oh, AJ, what's going on, man? Merry Christmas, sir. It's Christmas week. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you're up for all the fun talk. I want to get in. All right, so I want to get into Spider-Man. Let me get your opinion on this and anybody else listening. I don't want to spoil anything. I did a spoiler review. But when is a good time to allow for it? I'll even, go on and change. Before I even start talking about things, I will start changing and say, hey, there's going to be spoilers in this. Don't you dare jump on until you see that movie. Or if you don't care about spoilers, then jump on and let's talk about them. But I'm not going to say anything until we talk about it. There will be some other mild spoilers, though, if we talk about Hawkeye and things like that. But I feel like TV shows should get a pass. If you haven't watched them yet, that's on you and you alone. But join us. Let's have a good time. So it's been a fun time. Christmas, of course, is coming up. I want to talk about some maybe fun geek gift ideas. I was very fortunate and very lucky. I am very proud man who is when I say fortunate, I cannot express how fortunate I am. I'm going to take these off. I'm just putting them on because I am exhausted. But I'm here, and I want to do this, so we're going to have a lot of fun. Anybody just joining in this open forum, please sound off in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you have any topics or anything like that you want to discuss, please do. I love it when we do that. But I'm going to talk about some fun things. Again, I'm not going to get anything with Spider-Man No Way Home unless everybody's down for it. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but, I think I'm okay to talk about it, in my opinion. I feel like it's been a good while. It's been out all weekend. Most people who are watching this have probably seen it. But again, I'm going to just shut up and we'll talk about it once I hear from everybody. But we're going to talk about geeky gift ideas to give to that loved one that loves all things geek. So I've been like I was saying, I've been very fortunate. I came home to a slew of boxes sent to me by wonderful friends who just wanted to show their love for Christmas, and I appreciate that and have a great time with it. And I open up the gifts, and I've just been kind of reeling in it, and I'm going to show those off in a bit. But I do want to talk about whatever movie news coming out. One thing I will say about Spider-Man, so I don't know if everybody's seen it, it has earned domestically $253 million at the box office. It's now the highest grossing opening weekend ever. We knew it was going to happen. It was projected around 250. That's insane. That is insane. And it's the third worldwide. Worldwide, it's the third highest grossing movie opening weekend worldwide. And that was 587 million. And it's that's a pretty crazy number. Honestly, like that's insane. And I don't even think it opened in all of China. So what beat it was Infinity War and Endgame, which makes sense, but they both opened in China, I believe, the same weekend. So go back. It's pretty wild. Hope we can get a PO box. We'd love to send you a little something. Thank you, my friend. We will. I went to the post office not too long ago. That was pretty rough. Like like my poor neighbor, because we were out of town this weekend, and she picked up all of the packages and held on to them for us. And she's like, "Hey, I put them right in my garage." So when we came home, she's like, "You can pick them right up. I figured you might want them." She goes to bed early. She's older, very nice woman though. So we did, went into her garage to go get them, and like we were like, "Oh my god, this is way too much." I mean, now granted, they weren't all for me, gifts for me or anything. I had ordered some things for the kids that they needed, clothes, stuff like that, but we'll put under the tree. But yeah, that was pretty surprising. Like I was like, "This is awesome." Can we talk about the news that Deadpool is making his MCU debut in Doctor Strange? I want to. I have not heard that. I've been away from the world for too long. Let me pull it up. Deadpool and Doctor Strange 2. It's actually kind of funny you mentioned that. And because I've heard a lot of rumors. And that would be a really interesting one to have pull in. Let me pull up the rumors that I've heard. Rumored characters and Doctor Strange 2. I'd like to talk about this as well and see where it goes. Every character. Okay. All right. Let's start with Deadpool. Okay, so let me pull this up so that way we can all see it. I think it's just you and I, AJ, but I'm okay with that. I like good company, and that's what you are, sir. I appreciate you watching. All right. Where are you going? Okay. The Christmas tree still works. Nice. Okay, what do we got here? There's still 3 episodes, WandaVision, an entirety of Spider-Man 3 to go until the stage is properly set for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but it already looks abundantly clear that the Sorcerer Supreme is going to have a serious battle on his hands. Before we go any further, oh man, I don't know, it would be a spoiler. Hey, what's going on, crazy man? How you doing, bud? Thanks for joining. We're talking about the Deadpool rumor that he will show up in Doctor Strange 2. And then I'm going to get into some more rumored characters that may be popping up. And then we're going to talk geek news and everything else, and geek gift ideas, things like that. So I don't know if I should say this or not. It's such a mild spoiler, too. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, though. Fine, I won't say it. God, it's so bad to be so good. I don't know. All we know about the project so far can be gleaned from the title, meaning that there's no way of trying to guess what direction the plot is heading in. And honestly, I agree with that wholeheartedly, especially with Sam Raimi at the helm. Although it's becoming more and more likely that Wanda Maximoff taking a second billing doesn't necessarily mean she's going to be fighting on the same side as the title hero. I don't know. I think it's going to start out that way, but I think once she has a chance to get her children back, she's going to jump on the other side. As has been the case with Spider-Man 3, the multiversal potential of the pick has seen almost everyone from the past, present, and future of Marvel on the big screen rumored for a cameo. With Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, one of the characters. After all, the studio aren't going to want to sit on such a marketable asset for too long, especially when his third solo outing is a long way away yet. It's sad to hear it's that long, too. To that end, we've now heard from our sources, the same ones who have told us that Rachel McAdams would be back for the film long before it was confirmed. See, but here's the thing, like, judging based on they got it right that Rachel McAdams would be back. I could have told you a year or two ago that 90% chance that Rachel McAdams was going to be back. And as soon as I saw the what if role where she came back as Christine in the Doctor Strange episode, that became a 99.9% chance for me. So I don't think that's a good indicator of, all right, this is solid. This is a solid rumor that's been given. I don't know. That trailer is all over the place. It was a wild one. And did you see Gargantos? That could lead to the Submariner. I'm very excited about that. We talked about that in the past, and you were here for it, sir. Multiverse of Madness is right with Deadpool joining. I wonder if there's going to be a Being John Malkovich moment with Deadpool meeting his alternate Deadpools. I would love that. He would need to have like a bigger role. I think a funny way to introduce him is like if he gets introduced and like he's off to kill somebody. He's like, all right, I'm going into this world now. I gotta kill somebody. Just like a real quick, like, bing, right through. So the Deadpool will come face to face with the central duo and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, meaning he'll get to interact with both Scarlet and Sorcerer Supreme at some point. To have Deadpool in a movie, and this is not, off base when I say this, to have Deadpool in a movie and not speak would be tantamount to dropping H-bombs all over the damn place. It's just disturbing and disgusting. It should never happen. A la the Wolverine or Wolverine Origins or whatever the hell that movie was. Marvel has generally been good at keeping the principal cast together, save for Rhodey and Banner, Iron Man, and the Incredible Hulk, respectively. Crazy Man, did you see Spider-Man No Way Home? Let me know before I start talking. I want to talk Hawkeye connections to No Way Home. I do too. I want to make sure everybody who's watching at least has seen it, and then I'll throw up a spoilers on the thing. Let me do that now. Just so that way anybody who sees this and joins in is not going to try and murder me for doing something I'm not supposed to be doing, which is talking about rumors without putting up a mark. So I'm doing that now. All right, and then we're going to get into the rest. Now, that's going to keep a bunch of people away, but that's all right. All I need is you guys. All I need is a miracle. All I need is you. Yeah, I went there. Everybody, I went there. You heard my voice. Not yet, but I'm so behind, I honestly don't care about spoilers at this point. So I love you, crazy man. You are a crazy man. Not to overstep what you planned on talking about. It's your show, sir. Yeah, but this show isn't for me. This show is for all of us. Like, I want this conversation. I want to be able to talk about this stuff. I want to hear this stuff. So I threw the spoiler up. We're going to get into it. I don't want to get into it too heavy, but stuff like you're saying, like the Hawkeye connections. Okay, so and what's going on, George? Yes, the Jazzy Santa McManhattan is back, ready to go. I'm so quick. Anybody who hasn't watched Hawkeye yet, and crazy man, you should watch Hawkeye if you haven't. It's been really fun. There is a very strong connection between No Way Home and Hawkeye. One, we see that the Rogers, the Captain America Broadway play shows up there, and they go and see it, and then you see signs of it and a lot more showing up in No Way Home in the background as they go on, which makes sense because it's the thing I like about No Way Home was the time shift. So it started with, I guess, what would be the end of the summer, because that's when their trip was over, and them getting ready to start school. And as they're swinging around, you see billboards and you see it opening and things like that. And then the movie ends at Christmas time, and it passes by, as I will say, try and be as good as possible. He passes by Rockefeller Center, the ice skating rink. Now, anybody who's been watching the promos for Hawkeye, the 6th episode is going to be taking place. They're going to be fighting, I guess, the Kingpin and all his henchmen at Rockefeller Center on the ice skating rink. So that's exciting too. I was like, when I first saw Spider-Man swinging, I was like, that'd be kind of cool if that was what he was swinging over, but it was not. AJ at first. Green Goblin mentioned someone was living in his house, Eleanor Bishop. Oh, that's true. That is his house. Oh my god, I don't want to put two and two together on that one. Thank you for the mention on that. So there's a lot of solid connections. What do you think is going to happen? I'd love to hear it. I've been told the Disney Plus series, all of them have been excellent. What sucks is I work two jobs that I don't get time to watch them. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I am. You will get there. I have faith in you. My favorite, I mean, watch them in order, but my favorite so far have been Hawkeye, the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I know I'm in a minority on that. Not a lot of people agree with that because a lot of people really flock to WandaVision and Loki. Both really good. I was surprised and had a lot of fun with them. But my top five rundown so far from this year's Marvel shows is Hawkeye, Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki, and then What If. I really liked What If, but What If was kind of all over the place at times, and I didn't love all the episodes, so that kind of earned it the last spot for me. But I did really enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. And Crazy Man, when you do get there and you do watch it, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. All right, let me pull this up really quickly. So there are other characters who are rumored to be in Doctor Strange 2. And it's been confirmed. Scarlet Witch is confirmed. So they're saying Loki is unconfirmed, but I could see him showing up. Nightmare is theorized. Okay, that makes sense. That was okay. So yeah, I guess Scott Derrickson, who is not directing this, is Sam Raimi, wanted Nightmare in there, and it could make that would make a lot of sense. Mordo is confirmed. Well, they actually have him as rumored on this article. Yeah, let me just pull it up. I don't know why I'm not. I'm just sitting here not pulling it up because I want to see your comments. Yeah, everybody, this is a very informal night. Again, anybody who's just joining us, please join in the comments. There are going to be some Spider-Man spoilers here. So this article has Mordo rumored, but he know he's confirmed. We saw it in the trailer if you saw the movie. Brother Voodoo rumored. I don't know. I mean, if they have Nightmare, so I could see them having one or the other, but America Chavez is confirmed. She's going to be in it. Clea rumored. We'll see. I mean, mystery character confirmed. Richard Cortez appearance character in studio always wanted to use. We'll see. So there is a big rumor. And I wonder if they mentioned it. No. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the What If characters they're talking about. So I've always heard that Captain Carter is probably going to be in it. It'd be fun to have Thor in it, like Thor from back in the day, like the first movie Thor, his version from What If. I think that would be a lot of fun to have him show up. One of the things that I thought was really fun was they talked about possibly Chris Evans coming back as Johnny Storm. That would be cool. And again, it's like passing. I think if Chris Evans is going to come back as Steve Rogers in any way, it's going to be the Captain Carter Steve Rogers, which would be, whatever. At least we got a version of him. But yeah, but it would be funny if like Johnny Storm showed up in some capacity. All right. What If will lead into Multiverse of Madness? Well, it does. It does. Like, I mean, it really, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Uatu shows up. There's no way you're going to get Jeffrey Wright to play Uatu on your show, and he's only going to play it on the show when you're doing this whole multiversal thing. Oh, that was one of my gifts that fell, but it's okay. It's safe. What's funny is I draw a webcomic, and it also deals with the multiverse, just more grounded like the show Fringe. I love Fringe. I would love to read that. But I want to read it anyway. But, I mean, you definitely won me over with Fringe. Where can I find this and buy it right now? But developing it into its own IWEG battle with aberration of the multiverse. I want to read this right this second. Is it available? And is there a name for it? Can we all read it? I will 100% pitch this on the show. Please do. And we'd love to talk more about it. Um, yeah. So the multiverse of madness, and I would do again. I'm not like going off. Please bring up more. I will happily talk about that. But the multiverse of madness, I think, is going to have a slew because we've had so much already. No Way Home has opened a door to we can have whoever we want, and I loved it. I loved how they did that, but I also love how they removed the Spider-Verse from it. And what I mean by that is, by the end, so again, spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen it, but you can turn off now. By the end of it, you have everybody forget throughout the entire multiverse, whoever knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. And it is confirmed that the comic books, 616 and the other multiverses, all exist within the realm of the movie universe, TV universe, everything. So if this all works, everyone has forgotten that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And now you can just start fresh. Now you just move on. So now Sony can still make Spider-Man with Marvel, do their own thing, and the multiverse is introduced and has a precedent set, and we can move on. It will be wonderful. Been on a sort of a hiatus last comic in 20. I want to read them. Please send. I want to read them all down. I would love to, if you will allow me to. And again, if they're not, still, if we can get your sales, man, I would happily, if you're cool with it, pitch it on here, please. And again, you won me over just by saying Fringe. I mean, Multiverse alone would have. So I was like a huge fan of the show Spoilers, and I'd say that was like my real introduction. Oh, excuse me. You will have to excuse me. I've been traveling and driving like a madman all weekend. Not the madman. Casey's home safely, but it was me driving like him all weekend. But anyway, go back to my point. So Sliders was like my introduction to multi-dimensional worlds out there. That idea, and I fell in love with it, and in a very layman way, studied it and loved it in comics, things like that. Because like the Spider-Verse was there, read the comic books, things like that, but I think when you're a kid and you read something in a comic book, you kind of have that understanding of, well, this isn't real. This doesn't really exist. They made this up for a comic book. And then when I saw the TV show, I'm like, yeah, but why are they talking about it too? And that's where it was like my introduction of like, all right, I need to get in on this. Like, I need to figure out what's going on here. So, long story short, going back around, watching Sliders, I always thought that was a very cool idea of jumping from dimension to dimension. So I am very excited for this new phase doing that. And I love things that do it. And Fringe was a great show that did that as well. Hasn't that been done in some shows in the past where the cast somehow forgets the main character, but then by like the third or fourth episode, everyone's memories are restored? Yeah, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think this was a way for them to open it up. I think it's a way for them to open up and just kind of keep going on and doing their thing. And also keep it where if you ever want to bring all of and they are talking about this. This is rumored that they're going to bring them all back together again if there is a Secret Wars. If they do Battle World in a Secret Wars capacity, they want to bring all of these Spider-Men back together. And they're not going to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man because they are Peter Parker. So bringing it back, I think they'll remember everything just by that. Examples: Fringe with Peter being wiped out and returned into existence. Yeah, I mean it happens. And a lot of that is just it's just tropes in TV writing. You got to kind of fix what the hole that you kind of. All right, so I shouldn't call it a hole. It's not a hole. You've created an arc that in a TV show that. They always have arcs. They always have things going on. George, all right, man, I just get your message. I didn't know it was you. Thanks, George. I appreciate you jumping in. And I still want to read the book. So message me. So, they'll write that trope for like a 3-episode arc of somebody finds out. So let's say like Peter Parker oh, Peter Parker, everybody finds out his identity here. And then by the end, they'll fix it because they realize they have seasons to go on, or at the very least, the rest of the season, and they have to close up this hole. So they'll do something huge and very easily explained to kind of do it. So, it's something they use, and it's, or like in a more straight laced rather than like the multidimensional, like amnesia. Somebody will get amnesia, kind of knock them out, and it will go from there. So it's just how you kind of play it, how you write it, and they might forget something. Give me 2 seconds. Pulling stuff up. All right. So, all right. Just want to make sure. All right. Sorry, guys. Sometimes you think of things as you're going, and I wish I had a producer, but I am my own producer, and we do it. Where am I? There you guys are. There you guys are. Okay, great. So, Multiverse of Madness, I don't think is going to correct anything. He may fix what's going on with the multiverse, but not really fix, like maybe plug up some holes if he can. But I think this is going to be what Infinity Saga was. Like, Thanos was always the looming danger. But in this movie, you get Loki. In this movie, you get Ronan. In this movie, you get this. In this movie, you get this. And it's all leading up. All signs are pointing to eventually Thanos is going to get the gauntlet with all of the stones. Now, the looming is the multiverse, but they can't just have it as some presence that they don't know. They have to screw it up. They're the ones that have to screw this up. And if you want to do a Secret Wars in a battle world, the best way to do that is screw it up right away. Use your movies, and it was a great idea. Fortunately, COVID pushed a lot of things back, but you screw it up right away, boom. And now it's just there, and it's going to keep getting screwed up. And the next Avengers movie is going to deal with like the big bad that comes from the multiverse. Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania is going to deal with Kang, and Kang plays a big role in the Secret Wars. So you're going to get a lot of that, and where this goes and how this comes about. You're going to have, I think, a big thing. The next Infinity War Endgame level is going to be Battle World. It's just all going to lead to that. That is my feelings on it. But you're going to have Skrulls in there. I think the Skrulls from Secret Invasion are going to play a big role. Everything is going to maneuver. All of the TV shows now are being done right. Whereas before, you had some on Netflix, you had some on ABC, you had some on Hulu, here, freeforms, things like that. And none of them were they were all in the world, but none of them are really pointing that way. Now, Disney Plus, they're kind of like, we're doing this. We're getting this done. This is going to happen. They use Spider-Man as a way to really propel us, to not only give us a great movie, but really propel us into the multiverse even more. And they had a whole year to set this up. A whole year. And I love every minute of it. So I can't wait to see where this goes. I would need this so bad. And AJ says, still can't believe that post-credit scene. Which one? Well, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. So here's the thing that bothered me. So for anybody, again, who doesn't know, the post-credit scene in Spider-Man, spoiler 3, 2, 1, was Eddie Brock still in Mexico, sitting at a bar, talking to the bartender, kind of learning all about the world, that there's superheroes in this world, and this, that, and the other thing. And he finally is just like, well, maybe. Oh, and we also learned in the Venom movie that the symbiote, of course, just like in the comics, is a hive mind. And all throughout the multiverse, every symbiote understands and knows and has memories of every other symbiote. So it doesn't matter what multiverse they're in. The symbiote all understand each other. So that played into this where Eddie Brock gets up, he goes, maybe I need to go see this Peter Parker guy, and then gets sucked back into his own world. So we'll probably get more movies there. But they left a small drop of the symbiote there. So, I mean, where did Spider-Man get the black suit in the comics? During Secret Wars. And I think that's going to play into whatever comes next. And I'm excited for it. So, do you think the end of No Way Home, any effect on Morbius? I don't know. I mean, they play it up in the trailer with Oscorp. I think Morbius is going to be. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. And again, my theories have, for the most part, other than the ones that like we kind of knew, were all pretty much proven wrong. I think I'd have to go back and just double check, but I'm not going to stand on anything. I think Venom, of course, is from the Morbius universe. Oscorp is in the Morbius universe. I think we're going to find out that Andrew Garfield, his Spider-Man, is from the Morbius universe, and he's going to be in it. And I think that's why they had to do No Way Home first, and they pushed Morbius back, because when they pushed No Way Home back, they immediately pushed Morbius back, and you didn't need to do that. And nobody understood why. And to push it out only a month after, I think that's because you're going to see Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man show up. I'm not saying it's going to be a big fight. I'm not saying he's going to be a main character, but I do think Andrew Garfield is going to show up. I also think that they are going to keep going on with movies for Andrew Garfield and for Tobey Maguire. There's no way you have an opening like this. It wasn't all Tom Holland that got everybody in those seats. And I mean, that's proof evident by the fact that, Far From Home and Homecoming didn't have this type of box office. We love him. Don't get me wrong. We love Tom Holland. We want him to be Spider-Man. But we'll put butts in the seats where all of these characters coming back that we know and love and connecting all of these worlds. That DODC guy gave me some scroll vibes. We are going to find out, and I think we should all make a list, like a bingo list, of who we think from the entire MCU was a Skrull. And just after we find out more and more, we check it off and we see who's closest or had the most. Yeah, with so many channels doing these Marvel shows that reference Avengers Battle of New York in passing, I did enjoy seeing the Defenders storylines. And we're going to get the Defenders back. They're going to get everybody back. Maybe not Iron Fist. Maybe they might drop Iron Fist or recast them, as they should. Making Venom make a lot more sense. Yeah, I feel like that was kind of cheap to use them for that. But I get it. And here's what I get about it. Venom is an entity that is owned by Sony. That was a big fight between them when they were going to end things after the last Spider-Man. They were like, no, you can't use Venom. You can't do this. And I think that was the agreement. I think the agreement was, well, we want to use a Venom or symbiote or this or that. How can we do that? And you guys can still make Venom movies. And that is how we did it. That is how we get it. They created the multiverse. Going forward in Spider-Man movies, we can get the symbiote and maybe another Venom. We'll see. Hell of a Theory, Kristen Dunst has stated she wants to return as older MJ. Thinks she and Toby will return as well. I do think they'll return as well. His turn in this movie was fantastic. He was great. He was still an optimistic Peter Parker, but older. Kind of been through some stuff. I really love how all three of them played off of each other in such a great way. None of them seemed too prideful. And that's what I love, because that's not Peter Parker. Peter Parker is not a prideful person. So none of them were. So none of them were like, I'm going to overshadow you, or I'm going to be better than you, or I'm better than you, or this. They were all like, we're all Peter Parker. We've all been through this. We're all Spider-Man. Let's do this. And they cheered for each other. Even like when they were doing like Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 3, and like Andrew Garfield's like, Peter 3, he's like, he's accepted it. He doesn't care. He's not better or worse than anybody. They just are who they are. And that has always been Spider-Man to a T. And they all did it. Like even Tom Holland's youngest one saying, hey, I hate to brag, but I've been on the Avengers. And all of them will be like, that's great. What are the Avengers? Like, it just like that shut down his boastfulness, which is not Peter Parker. Peter Parker doesn't do it. And I think that was just like his learning lesson. Like, okay, yeah, I guess I shouldn't boast because these guys aren't on the Avengers and they do all this stuff on their own. Like it's little things like that that really shined for me. Okay. What about, excuse me. What about MCU Vulture and Morbius? A variant? Yeah, I think it'll be a variant. I think they'll just play it up as a variant. Or he got sucked in or something. I don't know. Or he doesn't even show up. Or he's just been something to throw somebody off the scent. If I had money to place, and I'm not a lot of money, I had like $20 to place a bet on who we're going to see in Morbius, I would let it roll on Andrew Garfield. Not so much Michael Keaton. Just an idea. But I'm always happy to say I've been wrong. And I'm not happy to say it, but I will say I'm okay with saying I am wrong. I would be very happy seeing Toby and Andrew and more Spider-Man and Spider-Man. Yes, you're going to get more. They've opened this floodgate. Now they can make more. They can do it. Oh my God. Oh, too much traveling in my life. Here's a minute. Did they do that Spider-Man pointing? Okay, so they did a really fun send up to it. So Jacob Batalon, who plays Ned in the movie, they're all working. They're all working in a lab, all three Peters. And they're working on the antidotes to help every villain, to try and cure him. So they're working in the lab, they're doing their thing. Very funny thing they got going on. So, sorry, I'm remembering some of the fun lines. And Ned walks up and he's like, Peter. And just like they kind of flip and they're like, me? Him? And like, so they do like a pointing thing. It's not the exact thing, but they're like pointing back and forth. Like, and he's like, Peter Parker. And they're like, that's not helping. Who? And then he's just like, real Peter, or like the number one Peter Parker or whatever. So like it kind of played into everything, but it was a fun send up to that meme for sure. Yes, a take on it. Yes. So they did a take on it and it was just a lot of fun. It's definitely, they did everything right in that movie. I did a full review, so I don't want to jump on it too much, but they did everything right in that movie, in my opinion. So, all right. We can continue that, talk about it a little bit more. I want to get into it a little bit. So I wanted to share some of the stuff that I got that I really loved and appreciated, and talk about geeky gift ideas and hear what some of your ideas are. One thing I did love, these are little candy dishes one of my best friends from college sent me. And it's little Mario, like little candies in them. Like this one has little mushroom candies. Bullet Bill has little bullet candies in them. And I like the mystery box because it has little gold coin things in it. So it's like a little storage box after you eat the candies. You put stuff in it. I like that. I appreciate that from him. That was really cool. Dan the Man, who is on this week's episode of Real Combat, sent me this very cool Top 100 Horror Movies poster, the Ultimate Bucket List Collection. My kids are super excited about it. They've come, they saw it and they're like, can we do that one together? So whereas I know I've seen a lot of these movies before, as they get older, I'm going to pick out ones that maybe they're a good age for now, maybe later. And then as we grow up, maybe watch all of these movies together. So I think that's a really awesome idea to do with them. Where's the other? Here we go. So my partner in crime, I have another. So if you guys don't know, I host the Scene Snobs podcast. I'm the creator of the Scene Snobs. I also host Real Combat, which is a debate show for movie lovers. If you guys don't know about it, or anybody watching in the future or something. Host mixed movie picks, things like that. But I have another podcast that I do. It's a filmmaking podcast where we talk about the movie industry, filmmaking, and more, especially from an indie perspective. And I do that with my close friend, Brian Patrick. It's called Pulling Focus Podcast. It's a lot of fun. It usually ends up with us being like movie-loving dads talking about things that we love and also talking about crypto or NFTs and our urge to try and figure it out. But he gave me a very awesome gift that I really appreciated, and my kids are trying to steal from me. As you guys know, I collect Funko Pops. I got them like all over the place. And he gave me, it's a venomized Groot, which I thought was cool. It's a very cool looking pop. That's going to go up. I really, truly love that one. That was just a fantastic one. Now, I joined this thing called Pop in a Box. It's a subscription service where you can order different type of pops that come out. It was a gift for my wife for Christmas, but she let me set it up. It's just for whatever pops I wanted. And I got my first one, so I'm very excited for it. And that is Lady Deadpool. So that was cool. And it's a Pop in a Box exclusive. That was very cool. It's a different one. I do love Deadpool. I don't know much about Lady Deadpool. Never really got into all of it, but that was one I really dug. So let's talk about some fun stuff. Oh. I'm going to talk about some geeky gift ideas in just a sec, too, but I want to get to Crazy Man. So the two Peter Parkers in No Way Home are older. Shouldn't, with a multiverse time, run parallel with each other. I know I'm nitpicking. But, yeah, but that would be then, in a way. So those times can be running parallel. But remember, in 2001, it was Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire. And then like 2008 or 2009, it was, what's his name? Andrew Garfield's. So if they're running parallel, this is 2024. So Peter Parker's, if he's in high school in 2001, you're assuming probably a junior or senior, he's probably in his 40s because I graduated in 2000. So like, I don't look like Tobey Maguire now, but he's in his 40s now, doing his thing, like based on that timeline. And if it's all running parallel, so the Spider-Man doesn't have to start in the same time parallel with each other because Tom Holland was so much younger. So, because, Tobey Maguire looked like he was a Spider-Man in his 40s. And you have to play to that because he is in his 40s. You know that. You're a writer. I'm not picking on you either. I'm saying, I feel condescending when I'm explaining it, and I'm not trying to, but like that's just for anybody listening or watching. Just I'm more narrating it than explaining it, if that makes sense. So it kind of lines up because even Andrew Garfield looks younger. Looks like he's in his 30s. Maybe like 31, 32 in this movie. And he's still significantly older than was Tom Holland, who is theoretically, I guess, 17, 18 in the movie. So it all kind of works out. They're not old and grizzled. It's not like Logan, where they're really old. Like it runs. I think the time does run really well, parallel with each other in the different universes. Thank you, AJ. I have some other pops I got that I thought were pretty cool. I found them at Walmart. I'll show you in a sec. My daughter wants a Super Mario Goomba. I don't know if they have that. He just sent these to me. I really dug them though. I'll find out where they were, and I'll let you guys know. Thank you very much, brother. This is some of my fun, really fun one that I picked up the other day. So I love the movie Big, and they had Josh on the keyboard, and I just thought it was really cool. So, and it was like hidden away. It was the only one in Walmart around all of these pops, and I was like, nobody bought this one already, or have they bought a lot and somebody hid this and they got lucky. I also love Super Troopers, so I had to pick this up. And Johnny Rico's Roughnecks. So I picked that one up, and then I'm starting my Bill Murray collection. I love Bill Murray. I've talked about it on the show before. Big fan of his. Until now, I didn't have any Bill Murray pops, so I want to get the Groundhog Day. I do. That's not true. I do have, like, behind me over here, I have him as Vakeman and Ray Stantz with their blasters shooting up at Slimer and catching him. That scene. So I do have a Bill Murray Funko Pop and Peter Vakeman, but I want to get the other Peter Vakeman Pop. And I want to get Groundhog Day, Phil Connors, and whatever else they have, because I really love it. I got John Winger from Stripes. There you go. Pointing, he's doing the point. And they have a variant of it, a Chase Pop, where he's got the hat backwards, which I thought was cool. And then I got What About Bob? If you don't know this movie, you need to watch Bob Wiley and What About Bob. He was fantastic in that movie. I dropped it. You guys stay down there for right now. So I really dug that. Dug them. And I want to create so I'm creating a Spider-Man collection. I want all of the Spider-Man pops I can get. And I'm going to create a Bill Murray collection as well. I don't know that I go after any certain ones. Like, I don't need to collect all the Captain Americas. I don't need to collect all this, but I really love Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite superheroes. So I want all of the Spider-Man pops, even the Miles Morales ones. So I'll get through them, and I'll get to them eventually. I've got a lot of them. My favorite by far being, and he went on vacation with me this weekend, is the Bombastic Bagman, which was a very cool comic that they did, where Spider-Man loses his suit, shows up at the Baxter building, and Reed Richards lends him a suit, but he doesn't have a mask because they don't use masks on the Fantastic Four. So he just threw a paper bag over his head and became the Bombastic Bagman. Paul says, hell yeah, I just watched Big not too long ago. Great movie, man. It's such a fun movie. And they don't make movies like that anymore because they're not, it was heartbreaking at times. When he went back and he was just this scared child in a man's body standing in his living room, and his mother is screaming in fear at him, and he just wants to. That makes me think of my kids, man. Like, when they're scared or they're upset, and it's just like, no, man, you just want to hug this kid, but he is a man in her room, in her living room, and she doesn't know any better. Mick, I'm excited for some of the other movies this next weekend. Christmas Day, the family and I are seeing Spider-Man. Saturday, it's Kingsman. And Sunday, it's Matrix 4, just me. What are your thoughts on the other two? I was supposed to see the Kingsman early. Unfortunately, my kid got sick, and I stayed home to take care of him. I will. That's a non sequitur. That happens. I will do that. But I will go see the Kingsman. I want to do a review on it. I also want to see Nightmare Alley, and I still want to see West Side Story. Because I do love the original West Side Story, and I love Steven Spielberg, so I want to see what he does with it. I don't think I'm going to like it more than the original, but I do think I will enjoy it. Nightmare Alley, Guillermo del Toro. I will 100% go see that. That's a guy who can make a movie, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll like this, but I know I'm going to love it. Like, it's weird that I say that, but it's true. And Matrix 4, I could care less about, but that doesn't mean that I won't enjoy it if it's good. And I'm hoping it is. I'm not rooting against it. It's just that I'm not really a Matrix guy. I never was. And even the first one, when the first one came out, and everybody... Listen, that first movie came out in 1999. I was a junior in high school. That was my time. I was the exact age they were looking for to appeal to. And they did. Tenfold. All my friends loved it. Everybody went to go see it multiple times. It was huge. Excuse me. It was huge. And that was my age range they were looking for. And I saw the first one. I was like, it wasn't bad. It was cool. I love the visual effects. Whatever. I was like, I like Keanu Reeves, whatever. And I take speed over this, but it's just me. So it never really reached. And then when I saw the second and third one, I was just like, this is abysmal garbage. I was like, you got lucky with the first one. And I still stand by that, considering I've seen every other Wachowski movie, and I do not like it. And yes, I'm including Sense8. Although I did like Sense8, I didn't love Sense8. Like when it was canceled, I wasn't like, this is a travesty. I was just kind of like, all right. I was like, the one thing I do like, they take away from me. But I don't blame the Wachowskis. I blame Netflix for that one. So this with Matrix 4 coming out, I'm kind of like, all right, whatever. I'll see it. I'll review it. And again, in a weird way, I'm always rooting for it. I want it to be good. I don't want any movie to be bad. I know a lot of movie reviewers go out there and they're just like, oh man, this movie's going to be so bad. And they immediately go in with the thinking like, this is going to be terrible. No, I want you to be good. I want you to entertain me. And I look forward to it, but some things just aren't in my wheelhouse and, let you down a little bit. So I just, Matrix 4, I don't have a preconceived notion that it will let me down, but because I haven't seen anything from them, the sisters haven't shown me anything that I really appreciated or liked. So kind of like, all right, whatever. That's a fact. Yeah. Such a great movie. Such a great line. Such a great movie. Okay. So we're talking about geeky gift ideas. Let me pull up an article. I wanted to show it to you guys. Let me. This is why I'm broke.com. So if you're looking for geeky ideas, here's some stuff for you. Let me make sure this is the right one. Hold on a sec. Okay. So, well, first and foremost, before we get into that, Pops. I think everybody loves Pops. You can always get some cool ones everywhere. So if you have somebody who's looking for it, they do exist. Trust me. Right, where's that? Okay. All right, I'm going to pull it up. Sorry, everybody. Give me just a moment. Gonna do that, and then I'm probably going to turn in for the night because I have not been sleeping well on my trip, and I am at a loss of exhaustion. But there's some stuff I took a look at when I was looking for geeky stuff ideas. I like to make your own lightsaber kit. Just kind of build on your own. This is an interesting one. So, like the internet box. So basically, anything is, how do I put this? So it's like a joke box that says you can own the internet. Like the internet is just kind of like out there. And I think that it has like a little red box. Let me see if I can pull it up and I'll show you how it works. Little red light that beeps like whenever the internet is like going. Here we go. So they'll explain it better than I will. I was looking at it earlier. This is the internet. It is wireless and can be normally found on top of Big Ben in London, where it gets its best reception. Whether you are looking for novelty for your desk, and now I understand that this is kind of made for and sold in the UK, but it's still kind of funny. I don't even. All right, this one sucks compared to the others, so let me keep going. So Rick and Morty Roy NES cartridge. It's kind of a cool little Thor's hammer water bottle. I want that. That looks awesome. Thor, I carry that around when I'm at the gym. That would be amazing. USB kill stick. Let's do it. Who wants a Spider-Man action figure from Infinity War? Oh, the Darksaber blades. I want one. What color are you guys picking? Let's see. Let's see what comments are there. See what you guys talking about. Crazy Man said, I had that Ghostbusters toy Neutrona wand for $30 in Walmart on my Xmas list. I've waited 30 years since the real Ghostbusters had that toy pack. I get to hold it again. I simply mutter, heat them up. Yes. Yes, you do. And as you should. I saw them there. Was it on here? I didn't see it on here. I did see that, though, that they had that. And they have they're not as cool as when we were kids, but they do have proton packs available too. I dig these. I like these metal element cubes. It's pretty rad. Oh, I've seen these before. I don't know if this is the right company that they have it with. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, Mr. Zombie's Workshop. This is exactly what I do it. So these are keychains of little VHS cover boxes. They're rad. Look at this. Look how small they are, but they're so detailed and they have everything on them. I love these things, and you can pick out. Oh, I don't know if I want to. I want a completely different thing. So there's one in the middle. So and I just played the thing, but you can pick out all your different favorite horror movies, stuff like that. So I always love those. They're a little expensive, but they're kind of cool. Necronom. Oh, it's a cookbook. I love that. That's awesome. Pikachu skull replica. Who wants that? Creepy ass thing. Let's see what else we got. I want a DIY pit droid. A Tesla desktops. Oh, I like that for your cell phone. Yes, I want a 3D printed Mandalorian armor. Fatalorian armor. I'd be the Fatalorian. I'd be okay with that. I live with that. Paul wants the red saber. I'm with you, man. Either red. I do dig the purple though. That is a pretty rad look. There we go. Here, Schrodinger's cat in the box. Uh-oh. Don't open that. What is this? Batman car cell phone mount. Can I throw it at people afterwards? Can I save the day with it? I feel like I should be able to. I have a Snorlax onesie. That counts. That's pretty rad. A Baby Yoda pipe for anybody who's down. These really move? I want one of those. Iron Spider electronic helmet. Yes. I want this in my life. The Shire tobacco clover. No. God, no. Those smell terrible. Holographic decision coin for gamers. I dig that. Anything Back to the Future I'm in. Is that a real hoverboard? Now you can own a hoverboard without having to go to Back to the Future and kiss your mom. Fair. Though it lacks the ability to hover. Well, it would lack the ability to hover if I stepped on it anyway. But, whatever. I don't know. So these are some cool gift ideas. Like, so what are you guys down for? What is it that you want for, I want this. Avengers Marvel Collector set, the box with the briefcase with the Tesseract in it. I want that. Oh, guys. Got web shooters here. Maybe Spider-Man. Let's do it. The Mandalorian electronic helmet. You know what won't work on my head? The Mandalorian electronic helmet. I'm telling you right now. Oh, that's cool. Spider-Man street lamp. I can be here all night. And I can't afford to be here all night because I need sleep in my life. So, all right, guys, tell me, what do you guys think? What do you guys want for Christmas? So you want geeky things? What is your geek thing? Me with my pops and my other collectibles, stuff like that. But what I would really like though, eventually, and I'm going to do it, just right there. I have the movie replica Captain America shield. I love that thing. It's even got the very cool leather straps in the back. It was wonderful. It was a Father's Day gift for my wife and kids. And I absolutely love it. It's the centerpiece of my entire collection. I would love to get Stormbreaker, the replica Stormbreaker for it. And either a replica, eventually, I haven't decided, because I know they have Tony's glove, and it's Tony's glove with the gauntlet. I don't know if I want that though, or the arc reactor, or maybe his helmet, and mount those to the wall, right next to the thing, the shield. And I'm not sure. And I I wouldn't mind getting the original. It'd be tough for what do I get? His pants? Should I get big purple pants? Is that how that works? I would love it, but stuff like that. I would love Black Widow's like gauntlets. Maybe like Hawkeye's like bow would be awesome. They should sell those. X-Files season 7 onward on Blu-ray. That Neutrona wand. Also want to get the book and film The Big Short. Nice. That's solid gifts, man. I like that a lot. I can give you the X-Files season 7 on DVD. Maybe. I don't even know if I still have it. I used to have them all. I remember when I bought those. It was like a mad dash because I loved that show growing up, but I didn't like. There were certain like seasons I didn't watch, I watched like certain episodes, not the whole thing. And I was doing a rewatch, and I would like immediately finish one season and then run out and buy the next season because I had to. And I don't know why I didn't just buy every season, but that's how it was. It was like I watch it, run out, get the next one, watch it, run out, get the next one, and it did that for like weeks, and it was so much fun. I don't have time to do that anymore with all new shows and everything, but yeah, to each their own, I suppose. Stuff like that would just be fantastic. I have to get like because I don't have them on digital. I have all 9 seasons digital. I don't have the most recent 2 seasons. I need to pick those up, but yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. But like geek wise. Like my wife was asking me the other day, and she's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I don't know, Pops." Like, it's like, but I get what I want when it comes out anyway, so I don't, you don't have to get me anything. But like, if dream wise, like some geek stuff, there's a really cool, what's the name of the company? I think it's Q something. I have it up. I don't know, not on this computer. I have it on my other, but it's Darkwing Duck, and it's so. Does anyone remember the Jim Lee cover of Batman and Superman? When they're standing on the gargoyles and they have like their knee up on the gargoyle, and like Metropolis is gorgeous and golden and beautiful, and Gotham is dark and night and disturbing in a lot of ways, and they're like each facing each other. I always love that. Jim Lee did both those covers. It's my favorite covers of books ever. And any comic books, and I want to get those framed. I have them, and they're in sleeves, but I don't like. I don't know that I'd frame those. Like I want to get pictures of them framed, but they made bookends of them, like very detailed bookends years ago that I really dug. I would love that, but they're been discontinued. Can't find them anywhere. And the ones I have found have kind of been dinged up, and I was like, it's not worth it if it's dinged up. But going back to my original point, Darkwing Duck's one of my favorite superheroes of all time. Probably second to Spider-Man is really what it comes down to. And sometimes maybe even beats out Spider-Man. But they have him standing on a gargoyle very much in the vein of those covers. And he's got like his cape out, and like it's just like he's kind of standing ready for action. I was like, that's one I want to get for sure. But we're talking about that stuff. We talked about quite a few things tonight. A couple of things I want to talk to you guys about. This is probably going to be the last Geek Fest Live of the year, and we'll come back strong. So we're going to come back strong with everything after the new year. So like the 3rd will have a new mixed movie picks. The 4th will be a new Snobs podcast. The 5th will be a new Real Combat. I'm thinking the 2nd will probably be the next Geek Fest Live. I'm just going to take some time off, spend time with family. Next week is 26. We're going to just kind of enjoy it. So take like a couple weeks off. So really 1 episode we won't be doing. And we'll get there. But this week, so tomorrow will be an all new mixed movie picks will come out. So be on the lookout. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do hit the notification button. You'll know when all the shows are coming out. This Tuesday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, is our Scene Snobs Christmas show special, our Merry Mickmas Christmas show. So make sure to come check that out. We're going to have some guests. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk some fun topics, Christmassy fun topics, and we're going to go all over the place. So make sure to join that. It'll be a 2-hour event coming up on that live on Tuesday at 8 p.m. and go to about 10 p.m. And then it will be available also on all podcast platforms afterwards, or our YouTube channel. Also, Real Combat is our last show of the year, last main show of the year. We are going to have a New Year's special, but that's going to be completely different. So our Christmas special for Real Combat will be Wednesday night at 8. That's going to be a fun one. Tim and Dan join me, the brothers galore, as I call them. So they're going to be joining me for a fun episode. And then we will be doing a New Year's countdown special, which will be on our Scene Snobs YouTube, and you can start it at 11 and count down with us. We're going to talk about all of our fun things over the past year, have some clips, things like that. But we will be there, and it won't be live, but we will be there with new stuff, new topics, things like that. So, and you can count down with us. We will do a countdown at the end. So with that being said, of course, I'm Mick Manhattan. If you guys haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button over on our YouTube channel. You can check out any one of the shows I just said anytime. Of course, the Scene Snobs podcast, our main show, every Tuesday night, live at 7 p.m. After the 21st, we will be back on the 4th, so make sure to join us. If you have a podcast or a show, we are taking submissions for the Scene Snobs Snobby Awards, which celebrates independent podcasting, video web shows and such and more. So go check that out. You can email us to submit at thescenesnobs@gmail.com. So until next time, I am Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob. Thank you all for joining. You can check out the end credit roll, which I still think I have the old one. I don't think I put the new one on because I'm an ass. But I do have the new one. You know what? I'll just stall for a few minutes and ask you guys, what are you doing for Christmas before we get started? While I put the new one on, because I want to thank all of our wonderful Patreon supporters and everything they do. It is really awesome of you guys to support the show like you do and be there for us. So if you guys are interested, we do have 2 tiers. We have a Scene Snob supporters, which is $2 a month, or we have the Scene Snob super fans, which is $5 a month, and that gets you early access to all of our recorded shows and more. You can also it's monthly prize giveaways, things like that. Our next monthly prize giveaway will be in January. So we'll have a lot of fun there. And then let me pull up let me add the thing. Oh, it take just a minute. So let me hear what you guys are getting for her. So AJ, see you on Tuesday. Get some rest. Yeah, I do need my rest, and it's been a hell of a trip. But thank you, my friend. I'll be working then with my parents and Sam. I'm sorry, man. But you can catch the show anytime. You know that it'll be available, and hopefully we can keep you entertained. For sure. Don't worry, I will be done in just a second. It's downloading right now. Once it finishes downloading, I will play the new one again, mostly because I want everybody to see the wonderful names and people who support the show. And it took me far too long to put together a new end credit sequence. It should have been done quicker, but it is done, and I want everybody to see it, enjoy it, have fun with it, and appreciate all the wonderful people who help make this show happen all the time. Ooh, let me add it. Open up. Okay, it's adding in, everybody. Now join me for the new end credits sequence, which is uploading at the moment. I am, of course, Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob. And you know where you can check me out. I've just said it a bunch of times. Thank you again, everybody, for joining in. It has been truly wonderful. I appreciate you. This is not stalling or me stalling in any way, shape, or form. I cannot be stalling. I wouldn't do that. We all know that. Come on. Hurry up. It takes forever for these little video things to start. But it is coming. And again, it's just about having everybody, come on. Now it's just going to be me yelling at the thing. Come on. Get started. I'm going to be here all night. Ugh. Before the show started, I was falling asleep on my couch. Don't you have a show tonight? I was like, I do. I don't know if I can get up because I just got home at 7. Anyway, here goes. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Merry Christmas if we don't see you for the rest of the time, but please subscribe if you like it. Thanks. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. I'm the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. You can check out the Scene Snobs podcast live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel or all podcast platforms afterwards. Also on our YouTube channel, you can check out great shows like Real Combat, the ultimate debate show for movie lovers, mixed movie picks with new recommendations every week, Geek Fest live every Sunday night, and new movie reviews and news all the time. Like and subscribe, then hit the notification bell so you know when all of our new episodes drop. Thank you so much to all of our amazing Patreon supporters, with whom this would not be possible. They help keep the lights on and support us in such big ways. If you would like to become a supporter on our Patreon and take advantage of all the perks like monthly giveaways, early access, and so much more, head on over to the Scene Snobs Patreon page and just sign up on one of our 2 tiers. Join our awesome community of geeks, movie lovers, and so much more, and join up on our Discord. The Scene Snobs Discord is now live, and you can head over to thescenesnobs.com for links to there and more. The Scene Snobs merch store is now open with original fun designs that are available on all different types of merch and apparel. Check out thescenesnobsmerch.com. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so many more. We have fun updates, topics, we talk about collectibles, and so much more on there. It's a great time. You can find all of our links to everything on thescenesnobs.com or on our link tree, which are down in the descriptions below. Thanks again, everyone. Stay tuned and stay geeky.